To me, listening means participating in a conversation, but not trying to drive it. So listening means being there, receptive to the other person, but still participating. So it doesn't just mean being silent. It doesn't just mean hearing whatever they have to say and then moving on. Listening to me means being there, just not being the one who's controlling the conversation. My name's Orly Israel. I'm practicing listening by setting up this listening table where I learn how to listen by listening to strangers. And I share some of what I learn publicly.
My mom passed away 3 years ago.
Damn.
It's pretty hard to go through something like that because you don't really know what's going on. And then you kind of start getting the grasp of like, well, I'm probably not going to ever see you again.
I got inspired to set up the listening tables when I took a class on communication, and the teacher said listening and learning how to communicate is like learning how to swim. You can read as many books as you want on learning how to swim, but until you get in the water, you're not going to know if you could do it or not. And so when I heard that, I thought, yeah, this communication class is great, but I gotta swim. I gotta get in the water. I made a list of all the things I could do, and the listening table was the easiest thing on the list. Just set up a table that said here to listen and practice and swim. A little bit of my background is I volunteered for this organization called Freedom to Choose, which talked all about communication skills in prison, and I learned how incredible it was, and I had to bring a lot of what I learned there to people that weren't in prison. Then I started volunteering at the suicide hotline after I started my listening table to learn about how people teach listening in a very serious way. And I learned that so many people call the hotline just to talk. But we have a big challenge there because we can only give them so much time because we need to be available for someone who's thinking about taking their own life. When I think about obstacles and challenges, right off the bat, I've had people rip my signs up, flip my table over. I've been kicked out of places. I've had people talk about really scary things like suicide or crimes they've committed and had to really practice judgment. I think what's been more interesting of an obstacle has been wanting to give people advice. Because when most people talk about something that's difficult they go through, and sometimes I really wanted to say, oh, this is what you should do. But that's not what I'm here for.
So I'll be like, okay, I'm about to tell you this thing. I just want you to listen. I don't want any solution. I don't want any advice. I want to figure this out on your own, but I want to have someone to listen to this. And then so they know, they will come in with a different mindset. And then it has been something that's extremely helpful.
I think one of the biggest things I've learned is to see every conversation like a chance to improve your communication skills. And also I've become a lot more in tune with my own curiosity. I'm able to hear things a lot more empathetically and focus on the person more than my opinion of the person. Where does this go from here? First of all, more listening tables equals more people who are trying to inspire other people and learn how to be better communicators, which means closer relationships with family and friends. So the second part of this goal is to have a national listening phone line where you don't have the table, but you have an app or a service where if you want to listen to somebody, practice your listening skills, you sign up, you can get a phone call from somebody who's also calling who wants to be heard. And that will be a great way to have people be heard, and a great way for people to practice listening. If there's one takeaway that you have from watching this, two takeaways actually. First is get in the habit of calling the people that are important to you. I cannot stress how important that is. And two, if any content I've ever shared resonates with you, please share it. It's so important to this message, and it could be inspiring. It means a lot, and thank you for listening.